good evening. It is me, obviously. So just got a quick video for you tonight, which will hopefully be more successful than the Jurassic Park one that I totally failed at. We shall see. Coming to you from the comfort of my bed, which is nice. I've just finished watching tonight's episode of Hannibal, so obviously in the UK we are a week behind what the US are on. So I've just finished watching episode. Tonight I'm going to talk about Hannibal. Also episode 1 of season 2 of True Detective, which I finished watching tonight, and the first episode of Jack Black's new political comedy The Brink, which I watched on Monday night. So we'll start with that one. That's a pretty easy one. If you didn't watch it, you didn't really miss out. It's a very stereotypical, run-of-the-mill political comedy in terms of, you've got the politicians sleeping with hookers and, the stupid guy and the sort of racism. Yeah, it doesn't really bring anything new to the political comedy world, which I was sort of disappointed about. I mean, obviously it was only the first episode, so it might get better. But yeah, I mean, it's funny. Jack Black is a very funny guy, so there are Tim Robbins as well, is very funny. Yeah, I mean, it definitely warrants I will definitely watch the second episode. It does warrant a second watch, but it didn't overly grab me. I probably would have been better if maybe it had some more sort of stuff that you don't generally see in political comedies, but yeah, I think I've seen maybe a female president, but obviously we've got Veep for that, so it's worth a watch, definitely worth a watch for the first episode, and I'm going to watch another one before I make a solid decision on how I feel about it, so that'll be next Monday night. But from what I saw this week, it's not amazing. I mean, it's no West Wing, that's for sure. And Jack Black, like I said, Jack Black is funny, but he's not. That's all I'm really going to say on that one until maybe I've watched some more and I've just formed an actual opinion of it. So True Detective season 2. And I've been quite looking forward to this because I only recently finished watching season 1. I actually only recently watched season 1, and I binge watched it and I loved it. I thought Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson were amazing. There was no comic relief, and I think that was my only real fault with it, was that any funny moments. It's all very 100% serious, but I loved it. I really did love it. So I was kind of excited about season 2 and kind of, we'll see. At the same time, it was very much 50-50 because obviously it was 2 entirely new guys doing it, or the 2 main guys are new. New setting, new story, new everything, but I thought, oh, I'll watch it, I'll give it a watch. If it sucks, it sucks, and hey, there's not a lot I can do. And in all honesty, from my point of view, yeah, I hoped it'd be told in the same sort of format that season 1 is, where you've got the first 3 episodes that are told entirely in flashback, when they're interviewing Rust and Marty, and that was kind of what I was hoping for here, maybe the same sort of thing, but it's not. It's something entirely new. Like, I knew it was going to be new, but maybe new with the same format. Change the theme song. I love the theme song to season 1. I like the theme song for season 2, but they changed it. Really, really good about that. A couple of things bug me with it. Like, in season 1, obviously, both cops are. Oh, excuse me. Wow, yeah, it's getting late. In season 1, both cops are relatively straight cops, you know, they're very. Yeah. Whereas they're not in season 2, you know, Colin Firth's. Not Colin Firth. Colin Farrell's character is kind of corrupt. And Vince Vaughn's character is obviously a career criminal, so I'm sort of looking at that and going, why couldn't you just have the two detectives and, you know, maybe have the relationship between them, because that's what season 1 was all about. It was all about the dynamic between Rust and Mai. And season 2, again, obviously it was only the first episode, but I kind of feel like it's lost that. Yeah. And then there is Taylor Kitsch, who I remember from when I was a teenager in this is going to be really embarrassing, in Vampire High. Yeah, I think it was Vampire High, pretty sure it was, or one of those sort of shows. He's in it. I can't quite work him out. He seems strange. He seems like he would have an interesting backstory in the same way that Rust did. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how his character plays out. And then there is the actress whose name I cannot remember. Yeah, I'm really, really bad at this, aren't I? This is rather amusing. Quite good. I like her character. She seems like she could be a good character. I just wish they'd do something a little bit more with Vince Vaughn and Colin Farrell, definitely, because I don't know. Again, we'll give it a watch for episode 2, and if it doesn't really grab me, then I will unfortunately be done. I think the thing that bugs me the most is the format. You know, I liked the whole flashback thing, and then the way it caught up present day and went on from there. I like that. That worked for me. So I think I can understand changing the cast and changing the setting and changing everything, and you know, but keeping the format would have been a much better option there, I think. But again, we'll just have to wait and see how that one plays out. I'll try to keep this as brief as possible because it's way past bedtime. So last but is Hannibal, which has unfortunately been cancelled by NBC. So season 3 is going to be the last season that NBC are going to run, which I'm really, really rather heartbroken about. So get on Twitter, hashtag Save Hannibal, get the petition signed. Save Hannibal, guys, come on. I'm really enjoying season 3. It's kind of a change of pace from the first 2 seasons. Kind of. I'm a bit concerned about Will and what's going on. He seems to be getting more and more messed up as, you know, the episode goes along. Like, in episode 2, he's imagining Abigail, and I didn't realise that. Like, that didn't... I assumed that she'd lived and she was actually there. And so it was a bit of a shock to me to find out that she was a ghost. Yeah, that gives me concerns about Will's mental health, as well as the moth in obviously the most recent episode, tonight's episode in the UK. He seems, I don't know, he's not quite morphing into Hannibal because he's not eating people, but he seems to be channeling his inner Hannibal, that's for sure. And obviously in terms of Hannibal, I got a giggle out of tonight's episode when he stabs the um the the guy, the Italian guy in the head, and he turns to Bedelia and he says, "That may have been impulsive." No shit. And then obviously when he says, technically she killed him, that got me. But I think he might be losing it a little bit, in all honesty. And in terms of where I think this season is now going to go, obviously if they've cancelled it, I reckon they might have planned on taking it to Will catching him this season anyway. So if that's where they're taking it, and that's where they already planned on taking it, that could be a really good send-off. However, I don't want it to end. I'm not there yet. I'm not emotionally ready. I've finished reading the books. And obviously in the Hannibal book, Hannibal and Clarice Starling run off to Florence. And so Clarice catches Hannibal in Florence. And then after that, Hannibal sort of brainwashes her. And then she comes around and then they run off together. And I thought that was maybe where the whole Hannibal Bedelia thing was going to go. But I guess maybe not. I hope he doesn't kill her, because I would be really upset about that. I really like her character. I really like Gillian Anderson. I think she's fantastic in this. So, yeah, what he might do to her, that's for sure. And it was really good to see Lawrence Fishburne back, Jack Crawford, and looking for Will Graham as well, which is really interesting. So I don't know if maybe he's also worried about poor Will's head. Also the setting when Will's at Hannibal's childhood house, it's just beautiful, like really dark, really gothic. And first time, I'm pretty sure, apart from obviously Hannibal Rising, where we've really seen where Hannibal lived. And yeah, I really liked it. It was an absolutely beautiful setting. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how it plays out. But at the same time, I don't want to watch anymore, because if I watch, it's going to end, and then hopefully some other network will pick it up and it'll carry on. But it's like the worst thing in the world. It's like everything I watch at the moment. I was a big fan of The Following, and obviously that's been cancelled, so that's not running anymore, which is really infuriating because of the way it ended. Like, it ended with it open for a new season, which there now isn't going to be, which is so bloody annoying. And I don't want to be in that position with Hannibal, where Hannibal ends and then it's like, but there could be more and you're not doing any more, and that would be the worst thing in the world. So definitely, guys, get on Twitter with the Save Hannibal hashtag and save Hannibal, like, for sad little Fannibals like me who need, like, Will and Jack in their lives. Yeah, it's so necessary to my existence. It's terrible. But I'm really enjoying the season. I've seen a lot of people who think it's a bit slow, who don't feel like it's got the same sort of grip that season 1 had. But no, I think it really does. I like the change in pace. I like the way it has changed, it has evolved. But I'm really worried about continuing to watch and then ending up being a completely messed up little person. That wouldn't be good, would it? So that is my very brief TV recap feelings thing tonight. As I obviously do it more regularly, they'll probably get longer, and I'll try not to do them after bedtime. But today I've been dyeing my hair, so that's been a rather long process, and it's made things drag out a bit. So I've got purple and grey now, which is cool. Like, grey is the only colour shade that I've not actually tried before. But I kind of wanted to break it up with a little bit of purple, so yeah. But that is is everything from me. Don't forget, please go on Twitter and save Hannibal. Peace out, guys.